We all know that kids will be kids. Unfortunately, that means that kids can sometimes get caught up in huge messes, either accidentally or on purpose. Make sure to stick around until the end to see how one kid ruined a $1.5 million painting. Before we get started, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and hit that notification bell. Now here are the 10 most expensive things destroyed by kids. Smartphone. Smartphones have taken over our world, and they come with a hefty price tag. For example, the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and the iPhone 8 Plus cost between $800 and $1,000. One kid learned the hard way that protective leather cases don't prevent complete destruction. This kid took his expensive smartphone, put a leather case over it, and smashed it twice with a hammer. Why? Oh, he wanted to impress his friends. When he realized the damage that he did, the kid became upset. The video of this kid's stunt ended up going viral. Needless to say, his parents weren't happy to lose nearly $1,000. Erasing history. You could say that this next destroyed item was priceless. In Norway, there's a carving that is over 5,000 years old. It is one of the earliest pieces of evidence of early man skiing. But one kid decided that it needed improvements, and they carved over it to make the lines more prominent. They had good intentions, but they ended up defacing a piece of history that was thousands of years old. Luckily, the people in charge saw that the kid didn't mean anything negative by it. However, that 5,000-year-old cave carving was utterly destroyed. Glass art. We're not sure what's worse, having a kid destroy something incredibly expensive or having their parents watch and film the whole thing. That's exactly what happened at the Shanghai Museum of Glass. The incident was caught on CCTV, where you can see two little boys destroying a glass art display. The parents not only stood by and watched, but they even had their phones out and were filming the whole thing. Part of the angel wing on the left side of the piece was broken off. The display was called Angel is Waiting by Shelley Sway. She decided to leave the destroyed art the way it was and renamed it Broken. What makes it more heartbreaking was that it took Shelley 27 months to make the art, and it was dedicated to her newborn daughter. Totaled car. You'd be surprised to know just how many cars are destroyed by kids. You would also be surprised at just how young these kids are, too. In Mishawaka, Indiana, a mom left her 11-year-old kid in the car while she went shopping at Walmart. The kid ended up getting into the driver's seat, put the car in the proper gear, and went for a joyride. But that joyride ended up with the car slamming into 3 other cars, and one even got totaled. Considering one car can cost thousands of dollars, this was definitely a pricey accident. Makeup. Makeup is one of the priciest areas of the beauty industry. Luckily, places like Sephora allow you to try samples before you lay down a hefty amount of cash. But in November 2017, at a Sephora in Georgia, makeup artist Brittany Nelson saw that an eyeshadow display with a value of $1,300 was completely destroyed. She snapped a photo and expressed on social media that she believed that a small child had done the deed. Why? It seems that the eyeshadow was used as finger paint. The social media post ignited a firestorm between parents and adults without children. Either way, Sephora lost out big time. House. Owning a home is a dream for many people, but as we all know, home buying is a hefty investment and costs a lot of money. In April 2018, a 7-year-old boy named Troy found a hidden lighter and started playing with it on his bed. However, playtime turned into disaster, and before you know it, Troy's Perth home was destroyed. All that Troy had left from the fire was a charred teddy bear. Luckily, Troy and his family were able to get out of the house uninjured. His mom sent a message out to the world saying that if you have children, you shouldn't keep lighters or matches in the house. Lego creation. It took 3 days and nights for an artist named Chow to create a massive Lego sculpture of Nick, the fox from the Disney movie Zootopia. But in less than an hour, the sculpture was knocked down by a little boy and was utterly destroyed. The piece was at the Lego Expo in Ningbo, China, and it cost over $15,000. What did Chow think about what happened? He wants to believe that the child didn't mean to destroy his art, but he was obviously heartbroken to see his hard work destroyed in a matter of seconds. He posted photos on his Weibo account and expressed his sadness over the ordeal. Save the bees. Wild Hill Honey in Sioux City, Iowa faced a devastating loss when 500,000 bees were destroyed by 2 kids. They destroyed all of Wild Hill Honey's hives overnight. The kids were 12 and 13 years old, and they were quickly taken into custody by police. They were charged with 3 felonies, including possessing burglary tools, first-degree criminal mischief, and third-degree agricultural animal offenses and burglary. Wild Hill Honey lost about $60,000 due to the loss of the bees, and the incident wasn't covered by insurance. Antiques. Antiques are incredibly valuable, and they can give a historic vibe to any home. People have made careers from collecting antiques and then reselling them to the highest bidder. One mom shared online that her toddler destroyed dozens of antiques that were valued at $120,000. Apparently, the antiques were sitting on top of a modern TV cabinet. The toddler pressed a button on the coffee table which opened the top of the cabinet, knocking over the antiques display. The crashing objects even destroyed her marble flooring. Painting. Now we come to the most expensive thing that got destroyed by a kid. In 2015, a 12-year-old Taiwanese schoolboy was at a Leonardo da Vinci-themed show at an art center. He was walking and apparently wasn't looking where he was going. He tripped and, while trying to maintain his balance, punched his hand through a painting called Flowers by 17th century artist Paulo Porpora. The painting is valued at $1.5 million. Apparently, the painting could be repaired and it was covered by insurance, but you'll never be able to see it in its original state ever again. That's all for 10 most expensive things destroyed by kids. Have you ever ruined something super important? Tell us about it in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.